And welcome everybody to Between the Uprights, the brand new NFL show that's premiering right now. What's up, everybody? I am the Great Al Bushman. Joining me as my new co-host for this brand new project, we've got all together the dream team for NFL. We've got the Queen of New York, Nikki Nick. What's up, Nikki?
Hi.
It's
Long
been a long
time.
time. It's been a
Been a
long
minute.
time since we worked together. And of course, we've got my man Raul from On the Clock. We have formed our power team or our Wonder Twins, Wonder Triplets together to create this brand new show that's going to be coming at you every single week with NFL news, hot takes, betting, fantasy football advice, and everything in between when it comes to the NFL. We want to give you the best takes possible. That way you can go out, tell your friends to come to our show, and go to our Instagram page and X. Go to these websites, follow, hit the subscribe notification bells, go to our YouTube page, hit that subscribe button, and hit that notification bell when new episodes drop. But we are here between the uprights. Let's get right into the NFL news for this week. The NFL has, basically taking over the NFL network and will ruin NFL as we speak when it comes to the newest acquisition for, we should say the Mouse House because ESPN is just like a cog in the wheel for the Mouse House and Disney. Disney did acquire the NFL network today, plus the NFL Red Zone and NFL Fantasy in exchange for a 10% equity stake on this. The partnership aims to broaden the reach of the NFL content through Disney's expanding streaming footprint, which, of course, will be the NFL Plus app, which launches, I think, per month. Guys, what is your thoughts and takes on this for ESPN? Pretty much going to be ruining everything when it comes to the NFL.
Very, very sad, isn't it? And WWE. Didn't they get WWE?
Yeah, right? WWE too. Yeah, they're gonna be streaming live. I think.
Why is this? Why are they doing all this? Like, what? I love Red Zone so much, and I just want ESPN to not. Everything they touch turns to shit. You know, like their shows.
There you go.
Yeah, their shows suck. They want to know why their ratings are bad. Like, they need people like us on that. People want to watch people like us, not like Stephen A. Smith. But like they just ruin everything, and like. I don't know. Is everything going to be in one spot? I'm okay if I could just pay one streaming thing, like, and be done with it.
So apparently the deal includes, the NFL is, the ESPN is just going to be taking the NFL and taking the content rights of it so they can expand the reach of the ESPN and can do whatever they want with. But apparently from Roger Goodell went on today and said, don't worry about it. The NFL Red Zone is going to be okay. The Sunday Ticket's going to be okay. Nothing's going to change about the broadcasting part of it. But they want to say is ESPN is going to take that type of content and be able to use it to other areas of ESPN, like college football, baseball, whatever it may be. To me, that's just kind of like lies, all lies, because we know how ESPN likes to meddle in everything, especially when it comes to pushing their on-air talent into everything. I know a lot of people are worried about Scott Hansen's job, being replaced by Stephen A. Smith and Pat McAfee, which I wouldn't mind Pat McAfee on NFL Sunday Ticket each Sunday, especially for Red Zone. But those are the types of things that us as consumers and NFL fans were kind of worried about, because we know how ESPN has just turned into this thing of where ESPN, remember when ESPN used to be cool, and now ESPN is just kind of like the anti-sports network that nobody really likes to pay attention to. I can't ever, there's only one show I pay attention to, that's PTI, that's Party of the Interruption, and the Pat McAfee show. Other than that, it's ESPN has just kind of gone to deal with the type of content that they produce. And with now the acquisition of the NFL network, it's only a matter of time until they're going to put their middling little fingers into the network. I don't know. This is just a worrying for me, but I think for the NFL and NFL fans, you should be on notice right now.
Yeah. What does this cause for? What kind of ramifications does this have for other streaming sports networks? Like, what does this have to do with that? You know what I mean? Like, now that they monopolized all of it, right? So what are you going to do now with Prime Video?
Right.
They had the NFL on there. So I guess they don't get that anymore, because I didn't like it on Prime. Matter of fact, I don't know if you guys like.
You like the Thursday night broadcasts?
I did not like the Thursday night broadcast when the commentators are commentating and the words didn't match. I was like, oh, Jesus Christ. We got one freaking job, man. We can't even get this right. But I didn't like Prime, and like Nikki was saying, I don't like going to different single, all the other streaming services. I had to buy 12 of them just to watch one football game. It got to be like, oh, I don't want to watch the football game no more. So, but I wonder how the other competitors feel about, them acquiring the NFL network a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, especially with the price tag too, because now you have to go buy this app. Although I heard if you have cable and like YouTube TV, you're okay with it because ESPN's already offered on those networks So everything's going to be still in place. But if you want the ESPN Plus app, it's $29.99. I'm still worried that if the ESPN is just going to all of a sudden now, maybe a couple of years later, just start changing and things. You know what I mean?
miss having two games on a Sunday on 2 channels, and we flip back and forth to see which one was which. I mean, Red Zone was pretty cool when it came out because you get to see all the scores, but then it was like TikTok of football because you only watched 10 seconds of one team, then you're on another team, and I was like, Jesus, this is too much. I'd just rather see the scores at the bottom of the game and that'd be done with it. But I don't know. I guess it's as long as they don't get crazy with the prices, man. As long as they don't get nuts with all the, NFL Plus package. I don't know what that's going to give us. I just want to watch one game.
I already canceled my Sunday ticket.
Just want to watch one. Do you guys remember like the cold pizza days of ESPN? And like,
I do.
Yeah.
We are so far removed from whatever, and it's not just ESPN. I mean, look at FS1. Like nobody wants to watch that crap, and they canceled all their shows. Joy Taylor aside, because they were like they said they couldn't find an audience. Well, yeah, obviously we know you can't find an audience because Joy Taylor didn't know anything about football, so that doesn't help.
Yeah, and then it's all over the place, so they couldn't find an audience because you have it on all different kinds of networks and everything.
Yeah.
I agree with you, Bush. I like Pat McAfee a lot. I love what he does on college Saturdays, when they do the college games. I love that with, him bringing that kick competition. Hilarious. I think it's awesome. Whatever Pat does, I think it's great. I'll be involved for that part of it, but I want to see how this works out, man, because I'm just happy watching my little Fox football and my little, what is it, NBC football. Like CBS. I don't want to just keep going through all these hoops to watch a football game.
I canceled my NFL Sunday ticket. I was like, you know what? ESPN's coming in. They're going to meddle with things. Why should I give them my money? So I canceled NFL Sunday ticket. Oh, even though like I used it a lot last year, but I was out more at a bar in Sarasota and just watching the NFL ticket there. So I was just like, it's just a waste of money for me. But still, like the fact that the ESPN's coming in and just I have never disliked a channel network that I used to love now more than ever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because, I grew up with ESPN being like the cool sports station to go to. And now it's just unwatchable with the types of programming they have on. And now they're like meddling in the NFL and it's like makes things even worse with my hatred towards ESPN. I can't you should see me on Twitter when it comes to adding ESPN with how much they suck on a daily basis because I can't stand the network anymore. Because
personal vendetta.
I do have a personal vendetta now. ESPN.
Well, we have effectively killed any brand deal that we would ever get with.
That's ESPN, fine. There's plenty of other sports networks out there that can give us a
brand deal. If we're big enough, they'll come knocking on the door. They have no choice.
I'm gonna shut the door. You guys can go. Oh, no way. I'm not.
No, I will counter them so many times. Like, no, I don't want this.
Do you know how watered down they would make us be and just?
Oh, I know. I'd rather be. It's funny. I wonder. For these shows that do, ESPN has a hold of them. But if the other networks, competition-wise, wants to really compete in sports, you just let them off the leash. You just, cussing, all kinds of nonsense, stupidity, keg stands, all kinds of stuff. And then you just do cake stands. Yeah, we're doing cake stands on the podcast where we're talking football.
I mean, that was like the early days of McAfee when McAfee was solely on YouTube during like COVID. You know what? COVID was great.
It was great. Everyone was doing whatever the hell they wanted to. The sports world shut down. But out of COVID came a bunch of us sports content creators. Like we kind of all started in COVID. I mean, that's when I started. And I can tell you from the media side of things, it sucks when you have to toe the line because I get in trouble all the time.
No, really? You do, Nikki? I never would have thought you would have gotten in trouble already by being a sports content creator with all the stuff that you say online. No.
Yes, I have. We're what? How many weeks in training camp? 3 weeks?
Not even like two or three. Jeez, you're already getting banned from places already.
Yes. It's a personal record. So
well, speaking of the NFC East and Nikki and all the drama that comes with her when it comes to that that special division, there wouldn't be an NFL season without Cowboys drama. And of course, Micah Parsons and Jerry Jones are at a battle of who can duke it out the most, where Micah Parsons has deliberately said he wants to trade now because Jerry Jones won't pony up the money. Well, shocking. Jerry Jones won't pony up the money to play his star players. it won't be a season without Jerry Jones. And that's every single season. He's got to have some drama with one of his star players. And now it's Micah Parsons, which if I was Micah, rightfully so. Do what you do, hold out, demand a trade, get away from senile old Jerry Jones, because honestly, I think Jerry Jones is probably on his last brain cell for what he's doing as a general manager of the Cowboys. Right. Can we just at least have one season without this? I'm like Jerry Jones.
This is like 3 seasons, right? Because
it is. Well, last year was CD, and then the year before that was Dak, and now we've got Micah this year. Yeah, it's endless with Jerry. Does Jerry Jones like pissing off his star players? Yes. Does he like the drama? Yes. He can't stand not being in the news for 1 second, pissing off his players, and now we have the Micah and Jerry side.
So I'm gonna go with this route. Okay, I completely agree. Micah, get your money. You deserve it. Hell of a football player. I agree. But Dak went about it a different way, and so does CeeDee Lamb. All right. Now, I know Micah likes to be a little bit more passionate or out there on media, on his podcast and on his X. I get all that. There's a certain way to get Jerry's attention. That wasn't the way. That wasn't the way to do it. Jerry's not going to listen to you that way. You might have listened to you if you just, hey, I want to do this. I want to get some money for this. Oh, hey, I'm committed to the Cowboys. I want to do that. Jerry might be inclined. He'll say, you know what? Okay, Michael, yeah, I'll give you some money, but not this way. And now I don't know how bad the relationship's gotten, but I hope he, I'm a Cowboy hater. I'm going to say that now. I'm a Cowboy. I do not like the Cowboys. Never rooted for them in any aspect. So I am laughing to all my Cowboy friends who still believe they are them boys. It's not going to happen, man. It's not. So I love Michael leaving. That's great.
That America's team moniker needs to be taken away from them. They haven't won anything since the 90s. Nikki, do you think it could be a possibility that Micah Parsons is no longer a Cowboy? And if so, what teams? I mean, I know there was a list that came out of what teams that he would want to be traded to, but is there a possibility that it's deteriorated so much with him and Jerry that this trade threat is for real and this deal is never going to get done? He's going to get traded to another team.
I think normally if this wasn't the Cowboys, you could believe that, but their history is to publicly trash their players and then give them an extension. Like Jerry Jones is like, well, I'm not losing sleep over this, so you shouldn't either. Like he's reckless and wild. You guys, everyone thinks I'm bad with things I say, but I mean, he just really, he makes his players feel like horrible and like he doesn't give a shit about them. And then he gives them a contract extension. So honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if that's what ends up happening.
I think Jerry Jones did come out and say, I've done deals by just a handshake, and it's going to take more than a handshake to do this deal. I know a couple of the teams that were on the list for him were the New England Patriots, the Los Angeles Chargers, Seattle Seahawks, Atlanta Falcons, and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, which I'm okay with that. But of course the Bucs would have to give a lot to bring on Micah Parsons. Out of those teams, realistically, where could he go? I know it's a tough one.
Seattle, maybe? Right?
Maybe.
He could go there.
Yeah, he could go there. All I know is when Tom Brady was here, Tampa Bay came out of the woodwork with money. I don't know if they got out of Gasparilla. I don't know if they got it out of the Bay, but they found a way to make money, get people paid. So I don't know, man.
Their accounting department is magical. I want them to do my taxes each and every month because of the types of money they found.
I don't know how they did it, but they signed all those players, man. They got everybody in here, and they did a well job for 2 or 3 years. But you're right; it's gonna take life from Micah. So, but I agree with Nikki. It might be Seattle. I don't see Atlanta giving up the big bucks.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I mean, they gave $100 million guaranteed to Kirk Cousins, and now he's on the bench. I mean, why not give a bunch of money to Micah Parsons?
I think that's why they're going to be partial to be like, I'm not going to give up no more money because every time I give up money, guys sit the bench.
If I were a team, I got to look at it this way. I mean, the amount. Look, he is one of the best in the league when it comes to his position, but of course, there's lots of drama per se that comes along with him. Are you the type of team that wants to deal with that per se if you want to bring him on? I mean, it's almost like bringing on a diva wide receiver where, you're investing in a lot of this, you're trading a lot of capital to get him. Is it worth it? Or is it worth it just to let him hold it out and him and Jerry can just go to sit down in therapy and hash everything out and get a contract done? That's the biggest thing.
I think it's worth it. I think it's worth. I think you bring that. Yeah, listen, I'm all for the diva wide receivers. Bring them on. Bring all the divas on because they're the ones that push everybody. Like, yeah, they're a pain in the ass and like the press room, and they'll say whatever, but those are usually the great ones, you know. So to me, like if a team can do it and they think it's worth it, yeah, go do it. I don't see Atlanta dumping the money for it, but
yeah, I just don't see. You're right. You know, with the drama that comes with it, I don't know. Out of those teams, I'm thinking of the head coach. Like, does the head coach want to spend the time to do it? Who, like, does Todd Bowles, who's a defense guru, right? Does he want to spend the time, doing that with? I don't see him do. I mean, maybe he does behind closed doors because all I see Todd Bowles on the sideline is this the whole game. Yep. I see no emotions or whatever. So I don't know.
There's one team out of that list I think that could, or maybe two teams out of the list that could be possibly perfect for him. Would be I would put number one as the New England Patriots because Vrabel he's an ex-player. He's a defensive guy. He doesn't take any shit from players too. The Patriots have a ton of cap space too. They could give him a deal. It just
depends. You think Vrabel's going to let him do his podcast and act the way he does?
See, that's
like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's
I know.
I see. Okay, headbutting.
Yeah, but if you're Micah Parsons, you're going to go to an organization that's run by, an owner that loves his players, will not do anything like this, like Jerry Jones is doing. Robert Kraft is one of those owners that's going to love the guys that he brings in. He's got a head coach that is a no-nonsense guy that can just beat the crap out of you if you wanted to, and at his age, and could possibly handle Michael Parsons. I think the other teams. I think one of the teams that could probably fly on the radar now that it would need cap space would be the Los Angeles Chargers because of Harbaugh. They're also looking for a replacement for Joey Bosa too as well. So those are the two destinations I could see them going at. But the Patriots for me would be number one. But it's got to be what are they going to give up to the Cowboys?
Yeah, and Pittsburgh doesn't have the money or the cap space to do it, right? They don't.
No.
They never pay those players that kind of money. So, I'm saying because that the defense that they run that 4-3 that would fit what he's been doing already. So I don't know, or does he jump ship and go to Washington where his old coach was? True. Like I don't know where the money's gonna be. That's what I want to see. I think Micah stays somewhere in that division where it's the Eagles, Washington, to get back at Cowboys. I just don't see him.
I would be shocked if they trade him within the division, but you never know.
You never know.
Someone's got to pick up the bill.
All right, so let's do this. Possibility of him staying as a Cowboy, yes or no?
Yes.
God, it's because money changes everything, man.
Yeah, I know.
Money changes everything. So at this point in the juncture, I don't see him because there's just too much words being exchanged outside of football that doesn't have anything to do with football. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When you tell somebody I don't want to be a Cowboy no more, like that stings, especially to somebody Jerry who's dedicated his whole life to this. I'm sure Jerry has a Cowboy star tattooed on his ass cheek. You know what I mean? So, like, when you tell that man, I don't want to do this.
Yeah.
Like, okay, we'll see. I don't know. Money changes everything. It could be a yes. So,
I say yes because this is just another year we have Jerry Jones wanting to be in the news, and that's the big deal of this.
You think this is like a distraction? Cowboy owners like, you know what? We're just gonna start a distraction because we have to let them know we're not gonna make Super Bowl again.
Oh yeah,
this is what he loves. He lives for this. This is what he loves to do. He does this every year. Like I said, if it wasn't the Cowboys, I'd say no. But because we've seen this year after year after year, I'm inclined to believe that they'll just throw mud at each other and then he'll sign, a contract extension. Like it's
Raul, this is 3 years in a row.
Yeah,
so, I mean, it's a yearly thing with Jerry. So I wouldn't be surprised.
I didn't see CeeDee Lamb do what he's doing. I didn't see Dak do it. They took a different route.
Right.
So when I see Micah going at it on it's not even only on X, like on TikTok. He's making TikToks about this, about not wanting to be with the Cowboys. I'm like, this is a bit much. This lets me know that you really have a sting for them, or you know what I mean? Like if it was about money, but hey man, I'm gonna hold out till I get my money.
I think Mike is probably trying to do like a power play with them. Like, hey,
sure,
I'm gonna ramp this up to where Jerry wants me the most, and he's gonna offer me the type of money I want. I mean, look, or this could be just for real, and then they won't get a deal done. He'll hold out, or they make a trade at some point in the season. So,
how many years left does he have on the current contract? 2?
Oh, you have to look that up.
Oh, I just because I wondered because I thought he got $20 million. I thought he was getting $20 million a year. That's what I thought he was getting. If that's a crap contract, Jesus.
His contract.
Sorry to put you on the spot.
Oh, it's all right. That's why we do
We're all
everything on the
professionals
fly.
here.
We're all professionals,
Yeah.
right? Let's see. Here's current contract. Hold on. Of course, Google has to be slow. Talk amongst yourself. Let's get into while I look that up, let's get into the NFC East drama. Nikki, I know you're looking at the chops for this. Let's get into it. NFC East drama. Here we go.
Here we go. NFC East drama. Well, the Cowboys. Okay. So then I, did prior to this, I did this video and I asked the Cowboys fans, what makes them think like this, like why is every year their year? Because they haven't done shit since the 90s, right? And let me tell you, you guys want to know the most vile, mean, nasty fan base? It is the Cowboys. I mean, they came at me like, the worst things that you could possibly say to somebody, which is fine. I'm used to it by now. So then I said the Commanders were in a shambles because Terry McLaurin wants out, right? And so then they start going at me and they're like, you don't know what you're talking about and this, and that. And so from the Giants side, with all the drama the Giants have had for the past 2 seasons, it's been kind of nice to just kind of sit back and be like, oh, wait a minute. Okay. And the Eagles are just chilling a little bit, right? Like there's not too much drama going on there. So I'm just thinking like, okay, we've got the Cowboys in turmoil. We've got the Commanders in a little bit of turmoil. Are we going to see like a little bit of like a flip-flop in the NFC East? Like, I know everyone thinks the Giants are the bottom of the barrel and I get that, but there's something to be said for dysfunction. And I have lived the dysfunction in New York for many, many years now. And I've seen in the building, like what that can do to a team. So what do you guys think? Do you think we see like a little shuffle around? Do you think any of this starts to affect these teams?
Before we get into that, Micah Parsons is going to make $24 million this year. He is on the last year of his rookie deal. So, yeah.
Oh, come on, man. What?
Right.
Play the season and get your contract after this. Okay.
Can we say a little bit petty? He's a little bit petty.
A little bit of petty, man. It's a little bit petty.
Going into the NFC.
There's nothing wrong with being a diva and being petty. I'm just going to put that out there. Because I am the petty princess and I can be a diva. And I would be doing the same. If I could right now, I would be blowing up a certain organization. Okay. So I'd be doing the same shit. I really would.
Okay.
No, not at all. No. Going into the NFC East, all teams, maybe sans the New York Giants, have gotten better. Look,
come on.
Giants,
we actually have a quarterback. Come on.
You have Russell Wilson, 36-year-old Russell Wilson. We
had Daniel Jones. Come on.
It's a major step up. It's a major step up.
It is.
It's a huge step up.
Come on.
I would say, okay, so the Giants got a tiny bit better at the quarterback position. I wouldn't say overall they've gotten better. They've gotten a little bit better. I think this
quarterback room's got swagger. We got your boy, okay?
Hey, you got to eat them W's with Jameis Winston. Look, I want Jameis Winston to start over Russell Wilson because it's going to be more entertaining as him as the quarterback.
Got Dart, Tommy Cutlets. Like, come on.
You got Tommy.
Yeah, like, come on. You can't say you had Daniel Jones and then, like, you get Russell Wilson, who has won a Super Bowl. And by the way, every player has walked in there and said, oh my gosh, you've never had the leadership in this locker room that we've had until he got here. Yeah, you have to give a little more credit than that.
Okay, will I say it's a little bit more competitive in the division now? Probably so. I would say yes.
Okay.
I still think the top 2 teams are the Eagles and the Commanders. So, if there's any kind of flip-floppiness, I would say I would definitely put some money on the Commanders winning the division this year.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, it hasn't. I don't know. Check me if I'm wrong, but I believe I saw a stat that says every year that your division, NFC East, changes every year for championships.
Yep, that's
true.
It was like that in the NFC South, but not in the past 5 years. So
your division's a wreck. Okay, like you want to talk about mine?
Hey, listen, I'll win the division every single year in a shitty division. I'll take that every single year.
I know.
Well, you guys got 4 quarterbacks, so who drops off?
Yeah.
It ain't gonna be Dart. Dart's not going anywhere. Neither is Russell.
Right.
Right. Well, and Jameis knows he's there for 2 years to be, like the mentor to Dart. So what I think is, we'll probably have DeVito to the practice squad, and then you have Russ here for the year. I mean, barring like a Super Bowl, I mean, he's not. I don't see him being here long. Why did you get Jackson Dart? What'd you draft him for? I think if they want Dart to see the field, they'll jump him to QB2. and Jameis QB3. But I think that's what he's there for. He knows he's there for 2 years to mentor him. So
okay.
I don't want to see him on the field. If we see him on the field, something has gone terribly wrong.
I want Jameis on the field. That's what I want. I want Jameis.
I got to check you guys out. You guys, this Saturday at 1:00, you guys are playing Buffalo at Buffalo, which isn't, I know it's not a major game, but I want to see what some of the other quarterbacks can do other than Russ. I got to see this. And right out the gate, your first 2 games is Washington and Dallas. 2 away games. We have
the toughest schedule. The Giants have the toughest schedule. So it's like, thank you. Give the 3-win team the toughest schedule. Thank you.
Well, I'm sorry. The first 3 games suck. Washington, Dallas, KC. God, right out the gate.
I'm aware. Yeah. I'm fully aware that the season could very much be over again by October.
Do you both think there could be a possibility of Jaden Daniels taking a step back and maybe having a sophomore slump like CJ Stroud did, or is Jaden Daniels like the real deal Holyfield? Like, hey, I'm the new kid on the block. This is my team. This is my division now.
Yeah, I was on a show, a guest spot last night, and they asked for bold predictions. And I didn't think it was so bold of me to say, I don't think they're going to have a sophomore slump. I think they're going to kind of continue, on. With this division, it's can your roster get through Philly? That's really what it comes down to.
True.
Perfectly said. Yep.
They need to switch it back to the Redskins, by the way.
So. You think they will? Is that happening?
It's on the table, but I wish they would. I mean, the Commanders is a terrible name. I mean,
well, do you guys remember the logo, like the word?
Yeah, it was stupid.
The W. Like, what was
again?
that?
COVID was a wild time.
COVID was the greatest.
It was a wild time.
It was so crazy.
It gave people so much time to just like, you know what? I don't know why they're called the Redskins. We spent too much time looking into it, and we should have never left. We should have left it alone. I don't think it's a slump, by the way.
Wait a minute, you guys are right. What? It was the Washington football team before the.
Oh, that's right. Football team.
The football team. Yes.
Yeah.
What marketing department came up with that?
I have no idea.
Well, it was under Dan Snyder, so what do you expect? I mean,
true.
They were overpaid for whatever name they came up. Do you remember the other mock-ups? Do you remember the other potential names? They were terrible.
Yeah, they were terrible.
This is the best terrible name that they could have. Absolutely.
It's the best terrible. Well, right, we'll see. The president wants them to change their name and stuff, right? He's all involved now, so I don't know.
He wants them to go back. He wants the Cleveland Guardians to go back to the Cleveland Indians, and he wants the Commanders to go back to the Redskins. So
he needs to learn how to pronounce Tua Tagovailoa's last name.
Tua Tagovailoa. He was great. He's a great guy. He's great.
Oh my goodness.
He plays well. If he stays healthy, he's a great guy. He's a great guy.
Hey, man,
very good. Do you do this often? You work on this on the side?
Only when I've got a good mic in front of my face. So yeah. All right, we move on to Matthew Stafford. Matthew Stafford is injured yet again to his back. He did get an epidural. I didn't know his back was pregnant, but he did get an epidural today for his back that he's been dealing with a back injury. This kept him out of practice and out of training camp. Stafford is dealing with an aggravated disc and has received an epidural, like I just said before. So his back is going to have a baby pretty soon. It is week to week, but the Rams are being cautious for him to be ready for week 1. Look, Stafford he's a dog. I know he's had many, many injuries, especially when he was with the Detroit Lions. But this is another notch on the injury belt for Matthew Stafford. Could he be ready for week 1? Or is this, do you think this is probably something he needs to be cautious with too, especially going after life after football? Stafford's had so many injuries in his football career, but the Rams need to be monitoring this. Do you think Stafford should be more cautious about this, or do you think putting an epidural, that's wild to me, you putting an epidural in your back for a back injury?
That's a good question. I want to know what the exact injury was.
It's an aggravated disc. That's the injury.
Yeah, you're gonna need epidural, man. You're gonna need epidural.
I gotta ask my wife's a nurse. I gotta ask her about this.
Okay, get her on the show right now.
Put an epidural in the back for an aggravated disc. That is wild to me.
No, it is. So so you're gonna not laugh, but you're gonna wonder how I know this. So, spent 15 years in the military, right? Did 6 tours. Okay, truck got hit, got flipped. I busted the vertebrae in my back. I got an epidural too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, man. I got an epidural, but you only get that when it's severe. So if he has a disc injury like that bad,
Well, they're saying it's worse than it's expected to be, so it's worse.
Oh, yeah.
So
yeah. So him being first week, no. I don't see a disc injury like that. Think of any given Sunday when remember when Dennis Quaid had that problem in his disc in his back and it felt on fire, right?
I feel like I'm pooping. Oh my God.
Right, man. I had to
today.
get one too, man. And it helped, of course, relieve the pain of how much you have. But if it's a disc injury, mine wasn't a disc, mine was lumbar. So, but if it's a disc, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't think you're back anytime soon. And then the physical therapy, and then you got to go through the protocols. I don't know. That's going to be a long while.
that's an injury that could probably keep him out for probably a month or so, maybe even longer, right?
Yeah, man. Just because, like, I don't know. You got to do strength and conditioning for that back. You know what I mean? You got to see if you're mobile again. We're not even talking about dropping back or running. We're talking about if you can even walk.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I've seen guys crouch down and try to look like the Notre Dame of hunchback because they could not stand up straight from their disc.
Well, Jimmy G's a backup. So him and Devontae have chemistry. They kissed and made up. So Jimmy G's your backup. That could probably start week 1. And then you got Stetson Bennett, who I think is back from his leave of absence. So I mean, they're okay. I mean, they could just run the ball a lot.
Jimmy G is still in the league.
Jimmy G's he's the backup for the Rams now. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Devontae said they kissed and made up. They said it was a weird time in the Raiders. They kissed and made up, so everything's good to go on that. So
yeah, they don't have a choice, man.
Could this be Stafford's last year? If this back injury is so severe, could this be his last year?
Well, how old is Stafford? 37, right?
He's old. He's an old man.
Whoa,
Right?
easy. Let's just easy about throwing out ages and saying like old.
Look, I'm old too.
My
He's old.
apologies. I'm old guy too.
He's football. He's football old. Okay.
No one here is old.
Okay. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Thank you.
All right. I take that back. Sorry.
So Stafford's 37 young.
He's 37. He's 37
Okay.
young.
Yes, 37 young.
In football years, that's 57. So
True.
Yeah, just like dog years. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's interesting. I don't know, man. I'm not a doctor. I just know from, coaching football and playing and then military. That seems like it's a little bit worse than what they're leading on to. So if you had to get epidural, that means it was really bad.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Fantasy football season is here. Draft should be kicking off this week. And in the rest of the month, I know I've got 2 next week and all the rest of this month too. I'm a psycho. I've got 6 leagues I have to draft in. Yes, I 6. Yeah, I'm so stupid.
Why do you do that?
Well, because it's like addicting and fantasy football's fun.
It's
like,
an
look,
addiction, everybody.
Okay, let's call it like. Actually, no, I'm at 5 because technically one's a charity league.
Okay.
So that doesn't really count. It doesn't. And then I've got a work league, and then I've got 2, oh my God, I am in 5, and I've got like 2 dynasty leagues and a redraft league. Yeah.
Oh my God.
I'm psychotic.
Man, I only
did
do
that
fantasy
a
with
couple
family.
years ago. Yeah, I did that a couple of years ago. I had like 5. I was like, never again. Last year I did 2. I'm down to just 1 this year, maybe 1 more, but just 1.
So Raul, I'm going to go to you. What's our fantasy football picks for this year? Draft picks, sleepers. What do we got?
So depending on the league that you're going to be in, right? So like, I don't know your 5 leagues, what they are catered to be, or your dynasty. Some leagues love the passing league or rushing league. I don't think rushing is big in the NFL anymore, but you got the big 4 still with quarterbacks. Still got Lamar Jackson you want to go get, Josh Allen, Jalen Hurts. Jaden Daniels is still up there. Joe Burrow's putting up numbers. So was Baker last year. So you have your quarterbacks. Depends on how you like to draft. I'm going to ask you, Bushman, how do you like to draft first? Your first pick is going to be a quarterback, or is it going to go get a receiver? Are you a flex guy? Like, what do you like to do? Because all this builds up to the strategy of fantasy football.
Right. It kind of depends on the league settings too. What kind of league you're in. If it's a half-point PPR, is it a best ball league? Is it super flex league? Now it's just, those are things you have to take into account when it comes to these leagues. Now, the leagues I'm in, they're half-point PPR. They're pretty much standard leagues, except for one where we took out the defenses this year and we added in a wide receiver slot. So we have 3 wide receivers, took out defenses.
We did that last year. Took out defense, added a quarterback.
Yeah. So for this league, that draft strategy for me is, go wide receiver heavy the first few rounds and then, build up my bench with, running backs and go into a quarterback. You can look, everybody's different when it comes to their draft strategies. Now you can go first round, you could pick a quarterback or go, your position players like a wide receiver or running back. I usually wait for a quarterback, probably in the 3rd or 4th round, because you can still get a value pick there as well, but you want to build up your position players, build up your bench. So it just kind of depends on the league settings.
So
You know
let's
what I
go
mean?
with passing league settings type deal, okay? Because if you are looking for it, strategy, like you said, go ahead and get your guy at the 3rd, 4th round. Don't listen to your friends. And don't look at the guy that just picked the quarterback. That's the guy that probably doesn't know what he's doing in the first round. He's the new guy, so that's fine. He won't even be a challenge. But there's still your receivers: Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, CeeDee Lamb, even, and I hate saying this guy's name because I'm gonna mess it up every single time. Puka
Nakua.
Yeah.
Puka
I
Nakua.
can never say that. I want to see what Malik Neighbors is going to do. I want to see how that's going to work out.
A
You have
lot.
these- I want to see what the dynamic of Russell brings. I want to see what maybe
They're gonna
something-
cook. Don't worry, they're cooking.
I hope
If
so.
he can get it down the field, they'll be okay. But
Oh, yeah. If they can throw
Get it
over
done.
30, 40 yards like Daniel could never do. But
Yeah.
you also have your Tyreek Hill, but, that's depending if Tua is conscious
It
enough.
depends on Tua Tungavailoa. He's a
Blah, blah,
great
blah, blah,
guy.
blah.
Great
Yeah.
guy. Passes the ball when he's healthy. That's right.
You still got
Depends
your
if their
Xavier Williams,
coach,
Cooper Kupp.
dies tomorrow. I don't know. He's ready for death.
Yeah.
One day
Hey,
closer to
that's-
death.
It's awesome. That's awesome. One day
true, too.
closer, waking up. Never. That's good.
Mike
So-
McDaniel just lived down in Miami way too long.
Way
know.
too long.
Way too
I
long.
agree. I agree.
Way too long.
Other than that, man, the strategy you want to go into is, like you said, what is the catered league to? If you're going to go get you a receiver, these are the hot guys that you're going to go get. Those are the ones that you want to try to get first. Tight ends are also are big in the league as well. When you got your Kelsey, and you have your the guy from 49ers. Oh my God, slipped my
George
mind.
Kittle.
George Kittle, slipped my mind. You have them. You still got Brock Bowers and Terry McBride. You have those guys that you can go get. Even TJ Hawkinson, you can go get them. They're still hot commodities. Mark Andrews, I know he wasn't great after last year's drop in the playoffs, but he still gets points. He still makes points for that team. And you have those guys. Kyle Pitts should have a better year this year as well too.
I think he's going to be one of those sleepers where a lot of people sleep on him.
Finally.
Because
Finally. I've been riding for Kyle Pitts.
Him and Penix have they're building chemistry together. They go golfing together. They go eat together. So that's and I heard they've been putting Pitts as a wide receiver more than as a tight end.
Well, they should. I mean, you should go trips one way, put him singled up with a receiver and see our corner and see what he can do. I would even move him around a little bit and put him in a trip situation where he's playing a little bit of that Z position, you know what I'm saying, in between where he's the number 2. You know how that works, right? So 1, 2, 3, 1 being the outside, 2 being middle, 3, right? So you want to put him in that 2, see what he can get out of that when you got to force a corner to come or force a linebacker to come cover him. Let's see what they can do. So I agree with you. Running backs, if you love your running back league and you love these guys, these are names that are not uncommon. Derrick Henry, Alvin Kamara, James Conner, even Aaron Jones sometimes can put up some numbers. Christian McCaffrey, if he stays healthy, and Joe Mixon, the same thing. These are guys that you want to go get. I'm hoping for Robinson in Atlanta to have a big year this year, help out with the run game. I hope they fix whatever they got going on. You can never go wrong with Sonic and Knuckles over there in Detroit as well. You can't go wrong with those guys.
Jameer Gibbs and David Montgomery.
Right. And as we go on through the season, as you pick your team, make sure it's catered to what your league is, right? That's what you want to try to push on through the whole year. Now, as we go on through podcasts, and I'll give you the studs and duds of the week and see who you want to put in and not put in, who's production. Right now, those are the big names. Those are the one you want. Sleeper also is that number 23, Devon Achane in Miami. He, for whatever reason, he gets his points in fantasy football, man. He really does. So those are my little guys. I want to see how it goes. And your Tampa Bay Bucky Irving. I want to see what he does this year too.
I drafted him in my charity league for my best ball league. So he's my RB1. So
really? Yeah. See,
little homer pick too. Little homer pick too.
It's a homer pick.
That's a homer pick. I tried to get the combination of him and Baker, but Baker was already taken. So
Baker.
I disagree with Kamara though. I don't think he's going to be even top 25 running back.
Nikki, I will agree with you on that too. The
Saints
are a mess.
Yeah.
They are not going to be any kind of football team this year. I mean, I think Spencer Rattler's the quarterback this year because Tyler Slough is terrible. He's been awful at minicamp.
For some reason, that guy gets his points. I agree with you guys. I've seen him grab 4 or 5 touchdowns in a game, and I'm like, where did you come from and get 200 points in the league? Like, what did you do today that made you feel like, okay, I'll just ball today? But he always has those consistent weeks within the season, maybe like a 4-week, 5-week run where he's putting up some big points in fantasy. And I do agree, it dies off late October, November. He figures, all right, season's over. I'm not going to give that much production. I'm done. But in between those, I'll say week 3 to week 8, maybe, he just puts on numbers and you're like, Jesus. So if you don't want him to be your number one, Nikki, that's okay. I wouldn't be totally turned off on him because he'll just, for whatever reason, ramp up and then he'll have his
that's when you trade him. I would trade him. I'm like, come get him.
As soon as he starts diving,
there you go. Yeah, get rid of him. Get rid of him.
Right.
Right at the high. I think that would be the only one. What can I ask you guys real quick before we move to the next topic? Because I have a lot of women that reach out to me and they're playing in a fantasy football league for the very first time, and sometimes it's hard to publicly come out there and say, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm the only girl. And I remember that feeling, and it can be tough. And it's always the basics, like know the league and that type of thing. But what would you guys say to some of these women who are playing for the first time and they're trying to get their feet under them and they're the only girl? Now, I'm always the only girl in this one league that we do, but that's fine because I kick ass. But again, a lot of them don't want to be public. So what's some like easy advice that you would give the ladies of fantasy football?
I would say the best advice is don't overthink it. Go and have fun. That's the best. That's the best advice I could give a newbie going into a league, woman or male. Like go in, don't overthink it, have fun. Always pick the best available, and then just see how the season goes. And then don't worry too much about your draft because some people can draft terrible, but if they work the waiver wire and work trades, you can ultimately go to the playoffs and possibly win your league. So it's not how you remember. It's not how you start. It's how you finish. So I would say for new people going in there, just go in with an open mind. Don't overthink it. Like draft how you want to draft, and then just hit the waiver wire each week, and also like put out trades and stuff like that too.
And for me, it's okay to stumble. It's gonna be fine. My sister, who started doing fantasy leagues a long time ago, she and I would go through it, and she would be upset. She would stumble through, and I told her, you'll get your niche once you start getting involved and you start understanding how it works, and then reading on the injury reports and reading on the games. It's more than just just pick a player. Get a little bit involved in what your players are doing. Read about the team. She picked up on it, and she's like you, but she's in 5 different leagues. She's won 4 of them in 1 year at one time, and I was like, "You're an animal. You're a beast." But
I mean,
if she didn't stumble, she wouldn't have got to it. Yeah.
Use AI to help you too. Use ChatGPT.
Oh yeah,
ChatGPT for everything. Well, but that's it. You got to stumble in order to. I think sometimes
on your way.
With the women aspect, it's like you just want to come in and know everything because you're with all these guys, right? But you have to just be okay with like stumbling. And I kind of told everybody, listen, your first couple of years, you just have to wrap your head around the fact that like it's truly going to ruin your Sunday. Like it's going to ruin your fandom. It's going to ruin your Sunday. You're going to want your team to win, but you're rooting for a rival. Like you just got to wrap your head kind of around that whole.
And they have to understand also in a 12-person league, there's about 6 of them that don't know shit about football either. Don't let them fool you.
Also, too, it's fun. By the time like the midway through the year, if your actual team is terrible, you can just focus on fantasy and ride the rest of the way and be a winner that way too as well.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, all right, we of course fantasy football isn't without betting, and of course I have already loaded up my Hard Rock betting app with funds for this year. Nikki, you have put up some great prop bets we can go into for this year. Let's get into it right now for our bets for the year.
So I'll give you the couple that I'm loving. You guys can pick some out or throw your own out there. Regarding Malik Neighbors, it's number 1 for a reason, because the quarterback position did get significantly better, and they haven't really added like any competition around him. And he did amazing with Daniel Jones and no quarterback and turmoil last season. So now with Russ here, I do imagine that this is going to be a big year for them.
I will go under on that one.
Why?
I just
you just have to. You've done this for years. You just have to. Like it's just in you. You just have to.
The one I like the Justin Herbert over 22 passing touchdowns.
Okay, you like that one.
I like that one. Well, Herbert's got a great chemistry with Ladd McConkey. Even though I know Harbaugh likes to run the ball a lot, and especially with the 2 running backs he has now, I know one's got an injured eye in Najee Harris because of his stupidity with fireworks this past year. But Omarion Hampton is a running back that's probably going to be the third down back, the first 3 down back. But Herbert has great chemistry with Ladd and also Quentin Johnson too. They did lose Joshua Palmer to the Buffalo Bills, but I think overall, I like the 22. I like the over 22.5. I like that.
Okay.
I don't know about the Falcons making the playoffs though.
Yeah, but see, I think they will because I think this is the year that they're going to put it together.
Over the Bucks?
Maybe wouldn't that be wild if you guys sent 2? Well, I don't have the Rams going, so
Yeah,
Hey,
true.
so Nikki, I'm gonna say something about that. So I was at the Bucks practice on the veteran. They had the Veterans Day, appreciation.
Uh-huh.
And have you seen what Mike Evans looks like?
Not recently. Why?
He looks like he looks like he's 23.
Should I go look?
Yeah, you should go look.
I should go
Mike has slimmed down completely, and
Okay.
he looks faster this year than I've seen him in previous years. And I don't know, just because he got rid of those niches on his ankles and knees or whatever the case may be, like he got those elements out, but he looked so good in practice. And I know it's practice, I get it, but man, he made a catch, one-handed catch in the back of the end zone, toe tap that thing. He looked ready to go. So
he's gonna break the record this year, man.
I think that's exactly what I was gonna say. I think he got prime timed, ready to go for that. So I got to see if Atlanta gives him the competition. And the run game looked really good at practice as well. But again, I know it's practice, so I'll see. But
I will say this: the Falcons will be better this year than they were last year. So they will give the Bucks competition in the NFC South. They could make a fringe playoff run. They could, but
I think they might. I think if you had to pick a surprise team,
Falcons would be that.
I think it would be the Falcons.
I think it also depends on how Michael Penix does in a full season behind the center. You know what I mean? Because we did see a sample size last year, but we want to see like a full season now of Penix. And with his injury history too, coming from college, you're rolling the dice. And that's what Arthur Blank did. Drafting him.
What made you think Joe Burrow MVP at number 6?
She was watching too much of quarterback on Netflix.
Is that what it was?
Yes, that. But that's my second favorite team. That's not why I have him on here. But
Gotcha.
He was right there, right? You have Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, and then he was right there. So and that was a down year for them when he did that with a garbage defense. So I think this year, he's probably, why wouldn't he? Well, he doesn't miss a step. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
for sure.
I think he'll maintain. They're not going to give, if it's similar to last year, right? Like I don't see them then giving it to Josh Allen back to back or Lamar again. So
man, if Burrow only had a defense,
he
would have 2 Super Bowls by now. If he only had a
that's
defense.
my second favorite team. I hop over there when the Giants piss me off. I have my Bengals jersey and I'll put it on some weeks.
Nice.
All right, Nikki, and you're going to be doing bets throughout the year about weekly prop bets and money lines too as well. So guys, when you join into our show every single week, Nikki will have some updated prop bets for you to go in. Remember to bet responsibly each and every week, depending on what betting app that you have.
Don't come at me and say you can't pay your mortgage because it's not my problem. What do you guys think about the Patriots before we get off this and go to the last topic? I had a bold take and I said that they're going to give the Bills a run for their money this season.
Ooh.
I don't think they're going to give them a run for the money. I do see an improved team, especially in that division too. It's a terrible division.
Horrible.
But
my thing is because Buffalo has, and I've said this for years, an over-reliance on Josh Allen. And they make him do way too much, okay? And God forbid if something happens, right? Like, I just think that the dam is going to break. Like, they have circled the wagon for how long now? The dam is going to break. Miami can't seem to get it together. I don't know what the fuck the Jets are doing ever. So it's like you got Vrabel in there now. And you know what? There's this little bit of wiggle room. Like, I think they can start piecing it together. I have them over 7.5 wins. So I think maybe like 8 or 9.
Ooh. I'm interested to see it because when Grable was in Tennessee, he had that monster. He had that monster Derrick Henry to help him drag games out. Really put it on defenses for a long period of time. And the other team's offense was so cold, waiting on Derrick Henry to be stopped. So I don't know. And he's old school, so he's gonna have a tough defense. He's gonna run the ball maybe 40 times a game, right? With that said, I don't think it's still enough. I don't think it's enough. I don't think he has enough pieces to do what he did in Tennessee. And if he doesn't make an adjustment, he'll be 3 years and out of the Patriots as well too. He'll be gone quickly. So
I would say a slight improvement from last year, but they're still building. And I hope they give Vrabel time to build the team to what he wants it to be. So remember, he's inheriting a team from the past regime. He doesn't have all of his guys in place yet. So Drake may not even be the quarterback that he wants behind center. So, but Drake May looked pretty good last year with what he had. Apparently, he's been looking good in minicamp and preseason so far. So, I would say 7.5 might be a stretch, but
so
you never know.
Going under?
I don't know. I mean,
man, I don't know.
Let me look real quick. Let me help you out. Hold on a second. Let me look this up. So, week 1, they got Vegas. Second week is Miami, then Pittsburgh, Carolina, Buffalo. So
they could probably rip off like 4 wins.
3. Yeah, they go with 3 wins off of that. Right. Then they got New Orleans, Tennessee, Cleveland, Atlanta.
Okay, so 7.5 is possible.
Okay.
7.5 is
definitely
possible.
I'm not crazy. Okay.
No, you're not crazy, beautiful. That's exactly. Yeah, you're right. Okay. That's not bad though. And then they got New York, so that's probably a W there. Anyway.
Yeah, they could probably do 8 wins.
I'm kidding.
Hey? Okay.
Your face like, oh, you really motherfucker.
You do 8 wins.
Oh, I only have the Giants predicted at like 6. I'm not. Yeah.
We'll end the show tonight, so we'll stick with the AFC East with Hard Knocks premiering last night on HBO, not HBO Max anymore, where the Buffalo Bills were featured on Hard Knocks. I don't know if you guys caught it or not. I watched it last night, and I was put to sleep within the first 20 minutes because it was very boring.
I did not know it's Buffalo now.
It's Hard Buffalo. Knocks? Buffalo is Hard Knocks.
Season or
no? This is preseason.
So
in season is NFC East this year, and that's December. Yeah. They're not doing off season because the Giants ruined that for everyone.
Yeah. That's done. Yeah.
Buffalo is the team they're profiling this year, and it to me it was just very vanilla and very snooze-erific. I was put to sleep within the first 20 minutes, man.
You're probably right, Nikki, because any team that's been on that Hard Knocks, for whatever reason, they do not have that good of a start of a season. That's a good call, Nikki.
It's almost like it's almost like the curse of the Madden cover too.
It's like
it really
baby senses are tingling. That's just
all
of New York.
I didn't know they were in Hard Knocks because every team that's been on there has struggled at some. I mean, Jets, case in point, Jets struggled when they got on Hard Knocks.
Yeah,
that's interesting. Yeah, Nikki. Wow.
Hopefully the episodes get better, but what I saw was just kind of like it was all intros about everybody, what they did in the off season. Josh Allen went over his wedding and all that stuff, but it was just kind of very vanilla. Like he
got married too.
They got to cater to the audience.
Oh, I know, but they even had like a section where they were in like an ice cream shop, and it was just kind of like, let's get the football. I mean,
they're trying to get the women. Like somebody's watching that with their what? Like, come on.
Nobody wants to watch them in an ice cream parlor.
I don't either, but I'm just saying,
tell me how much money you spend on the helmet.
I get it, but I going from looking at past Hard Knocks, this one was kind of like the most boring. So I'm hoping like the next episodes they ramp it up with something, because it was just kind of like I was watching and I was like, and I fell asleep. I was like, and I woke up and I was like, oh, it's over.
I hated watching the Dolphins when they were on there. I hated it. I developed a dislike for our coach because of that Hard Knocks. I'm serious. You ever heard of his speeches? They're terrible.
Dude, he's been living down in Miami way too much, man.
Oh my. We've given him way too much Cuban rice and Cuban food down there. Like he's terrible at these speeches. Like, we're doing bad, but it's okay. We're gonna be fine. No, I want you to come in cussing and yelling at the team. You gotta have some motivational speech. Watch a movie or something.
Mike McDaniel looks like he stayed up all night, went to live and then club space, and then went to practice with no sleep. That's what.
He's coaching off Cuban coffee.
Sure. I'm sure. All right, guys, we're going to end it there. Thanks for tuning in for our very first episode of Between the Uprights. Make sure to go to our X page at BTUP Podcast. Just read it down below. I'm not going to speak it all for you guys. Just read. It's just too complicated. Somebody else had the X profile Between the Uprights, so I couldn't pick the right one. So it was just that. Just read it and go subscribe. Hit the notification bell. Go to our YouTube page. We'll have weekly episodes every single week with new content for you when it comes to fantasy football, NFL news storylines, and of course, our betting props for each year. For myself, Nikki, and Raul, we'll see you guys again on Between the Uprights. Peace.
Bye.